So, you just got a new Lego set. I bet you had a wonderful time building it, and now you get to sit back and rejoice in its splendor. Now what? Do I disassemble it? Just display it forever? Do I throw it down the stairs? Heaven forbid, do I play with it?
That's crazy. That's crazy. No.
Or maybe, just maybe, you've been down on Instagram and you've seen a couple of these little units. Tempted? Well, let's chat about it. Now, I'd be lying if I said that I hadn't seen those pictures and also been tempted to purchase a Lego lighting kit for some of my more luxurious models. And, as luck would have it, this Christmas, my wife forced my hand and got me a lighting kit as a gift. And I have some thoughts. So let's get straight into this. Right off the bat, they have some amazing pros. First off, when you do finally rig it all up, you click the switch, they look stunning. Really cool next level feature to add to your awesome display. And the install process is relatively straightforward, but it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Now let me explain. In full transparency, my kit came from a company called Game of Bricks. So depending on the company, your experience may vary. And first of all, while I will say that most of the hardware, the actual lights, the wiring, the bricks, all felt of a pretty good quality, the kit was not without its issues. Now, to start off, a couple of points that aren't necessarily negatives, but I think they're worth mentioning. Primarily, the instructions are a little bit different than what I was expecting. You're not getting any printed instructions, which is fine and understandable. Rather, you are given a QR code to scan, which brings you to the company website, where you have to navigate and find the lighting kit that you're using. And perhaps it was just my user error, or just me being a straight up dumbass, very possible, but my box didn't seem to tell me which kit I had, and the versions are classic or standard, which to me are pretty much the same thing. If you bought a Coke Classic or a Coke Standard, would you not be expecting the same exact thing? Oh, they probably could change that a little bit. Anyways, once you do get the version sorted out, which I did eventually by looking at the amount of bags, etc., all the instructions is just a bunch of pictures of them installing it, which I guess is sort of fair. I mean, that's basically what Lego instructions are. And when you're just presented a page of hundreds, and I'm talking hundreds, like 400 or 500 photos, it's a little disorienting, a little easy to get lost. But that said, they do lay it out in a really nice way, and you can follow them fairly easy. Although I did it on a cell phone, which I wouldn't recommend. You're probably going to want to use a computer or a tablet. And finally, the other thing that's not necessarily a negative, but this is not a quick process. This took me quite a lot of time. It took me about 4 to 5 hours across several nights. Granted, this is probably one of the bigger lighting kits. Diagon Alley is a fairly big set, but expect to sink some hours into doing this. And now as we dig in deeper, of course, you're putting these lights in some little tiny spots. My fingers are fairly narrow, and I found it very tricky to get into some of the spots. Tweezers are really going to be your friend for this install. And try as I might, I really could not get the wires to be completely hidden properly. And I felt when I looked at the final product, it seemed like some of my wires were a little bit different in length to what they had. Not much, but enough to where I couldn't really hide the circuit boards, which was a little bit frustrating. But that could be user error as well. Perhaps I didn't put the lights in exactly the right spot. Sue me. But a little extra wire probably wouldn't hurt. Just a thought. Also, I had high hopes going into this because I saw that the double-sided tape they were using was 3M. Good brand for tape, might I say. But less than a month after the install, I'm seeing some of the lights are starting to part ways with the Lego bricks, and the tape is just completely packing in, which is pretty disappointing to see. And beyond that, my wife got me one of the nicer version, whichever that was, the classic or the standard, I can't remember. But it came with some of the exterior lights. You could light them up as well. And they provide you some of their own stickers, clear back stickers, so the lights could shine through. They're a bit junk, to be honest. They really don't stay on at all. Pretty much the day after I put them on, they were falling off, and as you can see, they remain falling off, which kind of is too bad. Especially like these kits, they're not that cheap. And as a final note, if you have youngins such as myself who like to play with your Lego sets, and how could you deny them that? It's a toy. You gotta let your kids play with your Lego. It's only fair. But putting the lighting kit on kind of kills the play features completely. I decided to pretty much gut the interiors because all the extra stuff just got in the way, and now all my buildings are connected by wires. So my toddler says, "Oh, Daddy, I want to take this one off. I want to play with it." Sorry, dog. You're shit out of luck. You can't do that. It's all connected by wires. Game over, buddy. Then she's got to play with the Razor Crest, and that stresses me out because that thing's monstrous. Anyway, so I wanted to make this video because I see a lot of people doing lighting kits, and they don't really seem to show all the sides of it, and I don't feel like it's a completely positive experience. But again, the end result is really, really cool, and it really does elevate your Lego sets. So I just wanted to lend some perspective to see if it's something that you might want to try out, or maybe you want to keep that money and put it in to some more Lego. As well you might. But I would love to get your thoughts in the comments down below. Have you tried out lighting kits? Have you been tempted? What are your thoughts on them? Would love to know it. Anyways, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope to see you again in the next one. And I'm going to go take an Advil because I feel like a bag of smashed assholes. Have a great afternoon. See you later.